Hey YouTube, coming at you with the viewer submitted battles from Brendan DeFonte. And they said, "Hey Dan, love the channel. Keep up with the videos. Shadow Driplim is a..." Did I put Shadow in yet? No, I'll put Shadow in. Shadow Driplim is a fun Pokemon who wins CMP over things you wouldn't expect, like some Talonflames. The Hyper Beam on DIGGERSBY was a fun nuke as well. Overall, I went up a few hundred ELO after getting demolished most of the Go Battle weekend. So it is a 22 to 2400 here. So it is a, I would say, it's an ABB style team to a certain extent. So it's not just a true. So a true ABB style team, you have the same typings, the exact same typing in the back, so that you draw out basically your an answer to those both Pokemon, and then beat it with the first Pokemon, and then the other one runs back. The problem with this team is it's got two multi weaknesses that I see right off the bat. So you have Drifblim and DIGGERSBY both weak to ice, and then you have DIGGERSBY and Pangoro both weak to fighting. Now again, there's actually not a lot of fighters in the meta, so I'm less worried about that. There's between Drifblim and between Sandslash and Dugong, there is some ice, and then yeah, Scorching Sands, Hyper Beam. So going with the double nuke here. So we'll take a look at the battles to see how it plays out. Obviously, the only other issue that I see is that Pangoro and Drifblim are very glassy. You have DIGGERSBY with offset set, so I would expect both shields to go between Drifblim and Pangoro, unless DIGGERSBY is some sort of win con for you. But let's take a look at this. So great lead. They're going to get out because this is a hard answer. Dunsparce. I know Pangoro. So my first question off the bat would be, look, this is a good answer anyways to this, because you have the resisted rollouts. You're doing neutral with quick attack. You have the Scorching Sands, which is neutral, and they can only do non-stab Jarvan. So you're going to kill this thing anyways. My question is why you're not coming in and taking the resisted rollouts on Pangoro and just getting ahead a ton of energy with the Karate Chops and probably Night Slash combo there. You can live a drill run, and you should be able to outpace and then get ahead there. Anyway, so whoa. What the heck is this person running? Mischievous? I actually never pronounced the name of that Pokemon because I've never seen it used in this league. For good reason. I can't. That cannot even be ranked on PvPoke. Miss 442. That's actually higher than I thought. Psywave, Dark Pulse, Shadow Sneak, 1800 overall stat product. That's actually higher than I expected. Psywave, great move. Charge moves, not great. Typing, just single go, so weak to dark. Random. Very random. Interesting. Okay, we'll get back to the battles on the next one. That was just completely threw me off the guard. Anyways, this should be a very, very easy win. Like, once you won, it doesn't matter that you came DIGGERSBY versus Pangoro. I think I would have just come Pangoro, but it does not matter when you have a Gastrodon lead that can do nothing against Drifblim, and you have basically both answers, DIGGERSBY and Pangoro, for Dunsparce. So Drifblim into Azumarill. Okay, so this is kind of an interesting one. You both have 3-turn fast moves. You're both going to get to your... Oh, right. Ice Beam is 5. So you're going to get outpaced to these Ice Beams because it is 5, 5, 5, 5. And as you can see, Shadow Ball is 6, 5, 6, 5. So if you don't land this, you're going to get outpaced the next move. And you got that double Ice weakness. So you're catching the Ice move on your Pangoro, which in itself is crazy because it is a dark fighter. And they decide to come in Marowak. I guess that makes sense. They're just basically going to sacrifice Marowak here because it's useless against Drifblim. Now coming in here with the DIGGERSBY, just going to take this, not wanting to use a shield on Drifblim, just going to come in here to take that damage from Marowak. Getting ahead on energy here. Out comes the Azumarill. This probably does not take out because they are very tanky. This is where like a Fire Punch would be cool. Just being able to Fire Punch the rest of this down. But we got to throw Scorching Sands here. Gonna throw, force a shield or take them out. I saw that my camera disappeared there for a minute, but we're back. And a Drapion in the back here. So luckily the Ice Beam is neutral, and geez, you're already loaded with energy, and this thing hits real hard. So goodbye, Drapion. I almost said Drapion multiple times. So I figured I missed some editing here. That's my bad. Okay, Quagsire, great lead. They're gonna stay in, so maybe they have Stone Edge. Still though, even if they do have Stone Edge, shield up once just to see, maybe try and lower their attack. It is a Stone Edge, so that makes it a little worse. That being said, poison is resisted, so that's not going to do anything. Excuse me. So do lower the attack. This will grab a shield or take them out. They decide to shield, wanting to get off the Stone Edge. Now this move is 2 times lowered, and the poison sting aren't doing anything, so this will not come anywhere close to taking out. So it's kind of a weird shield. I think I probably would have just let that go. And coming in with a Jump Bluff. Ooh, you are really rough in the back to Jump Bluff. You're really rough in the back to Flyers, which is why I guess you are running Hyper Beam to have a little bit of coverage for potential Flyers. Yeah, coming straight in here, they eventually get into Superior. Now, the problem with the Hyper Beam from Diggersby, I mean, it takes 20 to get to, but that's okay because it is a nuke of a move. Frenzy Plant is super effective. Let's see how much this does to a Superior. Still not as much as I would like it. And I noticed that on maybe Hyper Beam just on these defensive heavy Pokemon is just not amazing. I think I would have come in on... Does Dripplin have energy? Why are we coming in here instead of Dripplin to sacrifice? Oh, it does have energy. Okay. That makes sense. I see when to take out there. Yeah, if it didn't have energy, you definitely just try and like sacrifice it. Maybe they get a little scared and just go in there, but okay, Credilli. So this thing does have Rock Slide. Rock Slide has been nerfed, but Credilli hits pretty hard. And they come in Skeldurge. So gonna get off this Shadow Ball. And where do we go from here? Straight into Diggersby. Now, the only problem with that is that the quick attack is resisted. Now, Shadow Ball will be resisted on their end, so they have to throw a Disarming Voice, so that's fine. That's a good matchup for you. Plus, Scorching Sands, you'd get to it pretty quickly. 2 and throw. Very good. So this will not to quite take out. Yeah, I guess the quick attack's being resisted, doing absolutely nothing. They're going to get to another Disarming Voice, which you will live. And if you can quick attack down, you'll come out with some energy here. Oh, yeah. Come out with a good amount of energy. Credilli is half ground, so this will be a neutral Scorching Sands. They're going to try and farm you down, but not happening. Get to the move. This will take out if they let go. Now, what? They snipe with the Quagsire, which is nice to know because we'd rather have it lined here. That seemed, I said that seemed fast. I don't really know that it counts for Stone Edge. So it was a Stone Edge. Going to lower their attack with the Icy Wind, plus it's super effective. So it's a kind of nice double combo here, but not enough to take out. That being said, if they throw the move here, even if they take you out, Pangoro can maybe Karate Chop down from this range. And if not, it can definitely get to the Night Slash. Okay, definitely just going to get to the Night Slash. No, going to commit to the full farm down, assuming that an Earthquake will not take you out if they get to it. Stone Edge is resisted, so we don't need to worry about that. They try and snipe with the Credilli, so this will be a one-shot for sure. And we'll get to the Night Slash, yeah. Would Pangoro survive an Earthquake from Quagsire? I know it's very glossy. I don't have a Great League one, so I do not know if it would actually survive that or not. Again, Azumarill gets to the charge move first. So Gotta have to shield up the Ice Beam. These bubbles are doing actually a lot. And so is the Astonish, though. Holy smokes, this is a hard-hitting move. Again, just going straight for the Shadow Ball. Maybe they let go, and they do let go, so never bait. I would bait here. I doubt that they don't shield this. And there you go. Oh, and giving up his... No. Okay. Yeah, okay. You're lucky they're not leaving. Why are they not leaving? Because they're double weak to fighter in the back. Okay. Let's just talk about that play. Because it was both good and bad. And I guess you kind of got a bit lucky there. Okay. So, through the Shadow Ball. So I think you can bait there. Because I think they're up a shield. And A Sandslash is very glassy. Was it a Shadow A Sandslash? It was a Shadow A Sandslash. Your Shadow Drifblim. Shadow Ball would come 100% one shot. They let the bulky Azumarill go. They're going to use the shields on the Sandslash. So, even though I said never bait for throwing the Shadow Ball against Azumarill, I would potentially bait there on my end. You don't have to. You can just grab that shield. That's also a fine scenario. Now, here's the good here. So you get this Shadow Ball, and they shield. So you have... Okay, sorry, we're a little behind here. So you get the Shadow Ball off. They have a super effective move no matter what. Shadow Claw or Powder Snow are super effective. If you stayed in this matchup, you're realistically not going to get to another move, and they're just going to farm you down. And one of the things I always say to the newer people is like, you realistically never stay in this matchup and just get farmed down. There's no point of letting them get 4 more Shadow Claws to come out, which will essentially be like a move and a half to 2 moves. And then you have a brutal decision to make. Do you then come in and take 2 super effective moves on your Diggersby for the Ice Punch, or do you come in Pangoro, which is very glassy, and just take that from there? So you grab the shield and put in the one shield scenario, and then you come in with the hardest answer, Pangoro. Now, we already saw the Azumarill, so you're lucky it is an ABB style team and they didn't draw out that fighter. If I'm running Sandslash, okay, if it's an ABB style team, I get it, but again, they just played it wrong. They need to like draw that Pangoro out with that Dugong much earlier. Because to come in with a fighter to something that is double weak to fighting, I would imagine that 9 times out of 10, this one being the 1 out of 10, they're going to have an answer for a fighter. Maybe not, though. Maybe not, because every single video I say that there's not a lot of fighters in the meta. There's not a lot of fighters in the meta. So maybe people are not building teams to counter that. But any other season, if you were running Sandslash, you had 1, if not 2 answers to a fighter. So to come in here, so I like the leave, but to come in here directly with Pangoro would be tough. At the same time, coming in with Diggersby with a resisted quick attack when they're already loaded with energy means they're probably going to get to 2 moves before you get to 1. So I think I just paused and talked for 2 minutes just to say I think it actually was the right play. But very, very, very risky. And again, like, this is one. I guess they may have an answer to fighter anyways in the back. Yeah, I guess they have. You have 2 things. Okay, let's play it out, because Morpeko, I assume, would have an answer to ground because it's electric, but it's also half dark, so it may have an answer to fighter too, or fairy, or they're just double weak to fairy on this team. Whatever. You grabbed 1 shield already. Let's get this second one or do good chip damage here. So attack does fall. Drifblim can come in and astonish down. You may, even though their attack is lowered, you may want to shield. You'll live, so you don't have to. 50%. You can just farm down here. And they have a Dugong in the back, so going to try to chip this, but it does not matter because Pangoro is just going to absolutely sweep here. So they burn that second shield. You basically need to shield everything on Pangoro, I think. Yeah, it's just going to be Icy Wind because they're 100% just going to lower your attack. You can just one shot now. No, they're at 0 shields. I probably just like if they were gonna farm, like throw that close combat. Just take this out. It's not like they're gonna ice shard you down even with the lower defense. So just get that super effective move off, and then you maybe would have had to go like one more karate chop here, but otherwise it's the right play. Pangoro was the win con here. And sorry, I'm just apparently terrible at editing the videos. It's always tougher. Again, send the videos how you want. It's always tougher for me to edit a 30-minute video all sent in one, as opposed to like the individual ones are just very easy. So tried to, I guess, catch a Night Slash, and unfortunately they held back, which means they are loaded with energy. There's one close combat. They may be close to 2. Ooh, and get hit with a Toxapex. Rough. So you're loaded with Night Slashes. I mean, they are extremely tanky, so I assume that they will live. I was going to say, oh, get the attack rise. Attack sharply rose. One of the 3 of the worst words you're going to see in when you're playing Pokemon Go here. But even so, still don't get anything out of it. Now, everything's resisted here, so you're just able to... No. Who cares about taking... Oh, actually, sorry. Brine is not resisted. Brine is neutral. But brine is garbage. I think you just got to commit to the farm down and just take that brine. Yeah, look at that. It does nothing. And now Pangoro's got to move. So you got a shield. This is turning in rough real quick here. I think, yeah, I would have just taken the move from the brine and come out with like a move and a half, closer to 2. Because then you would have put a lot of pressure on this Pangoro. And now down shields, after having to shield a couple Night Slashes up, there's a close combat. Does not take out at all, which is actually... I guess I'm not totally surprised. Drapion comes back in, or in, I should say, not back in. Going to shield up. If they have an Aqua Tail, they'll get it off pretty quick here. If not, even Crunch from this range is going to take you out. Okay, Sandslash. Again, where do you go? Going straight Pangoro. They're going to have That's not even an amazing answer. It's not a bad answer. Farming up to 100 energy. Just basically going to go back-to-back close combats. These are neutral, so they'll chip a lot. And assuming that they were going to try and fast move optimize there to allow you to get another karate chop in. Here, now your defense is significantly lowered. So, like, Air Lace is going to one-shot you for sure. Command the shield. I don't think you can get to another move before you have to double shield here. Yeah. Just going under the assumption that you can maybe with these... Oh, banking the move and now coming Diggersby. Just get hit with the Marowak. I think, again, Hyper Beam probably does not one-shot, so maybe 2 Scorching Sands is the way to go. But we're going to try the Hyper Beam. Maybe it does one-shot. I don't know. I know it's a nuke, and it do get stab on it. Yeah, but just short. You can quick attack down. It does not quite one-shot, but quick attack range down, which is fine. That's what you want. If it's not gonna take out, you need to be able to fast move it down, or else it's useless. Sandslash comes back in, so this will grab a shield or do an insane amount of damage. So it does grab the shield and a snipe with the Pangoro. Oof. You are locked in with this sniping with saved energy on the side here. So now, just coming Drifblim. Can you survive a Dark Pulse? Yes, I assume you'll survive with a bit. Yeah, it's close, but you do survive with a few HP, enough to get to an Icy Wind. Okay, Morpeko. Again, let's see what you just decide to come in with right away. This time with Diggersby. Again, with Diggersby, they're going to have an answer to Diggersby. If opponent is running electric, this is why I hate subbing into the you cannot sub into a ground when your opponent is leading in electric. They're going to have an answer for that. Now, this is the kind of strength of Diggersby. You're trying to, I guess, dealing with this stuff anyways. And the Hyper Beam does land, but they should have a couple Aqua Tails here. Probably go back to back. but you were looking to flip switch because Pangoro and that would be much better. But I think you can live one here. You can. Now let's, I assume they're going to let go because they have what, like 1 HP? Yeah. So they do let it go and just come jump off. Is this the same team? I'm assuming, is this a content creators team that someone just put out and now everyone's copying? Anyways, have to throw the resisted Scorching Sands. Maybe they thought it was Fire Punch, so they got nervous. Oof. Just going for the Night Slash, just trying to chip here. Obviously it's resisted, so Orwell's gonna one-shot here. Orwell does one-shot. The writing's off, right? Because that was not a resisted move. That was just a neutral move. Now Jumpluff. If it has Aerial Ace, it's like 2. I was supposed to say Acrobatics with just 1 shot, but Aerial Ace does not quite take out. Icy Wind will 1 shot, but I think they have a shield. And they do have a second move here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think like once you go directly into your hard counter, like they had 2 answers, right? They had an electric lead. This is proper team building by your opponent, and this is why you never go in with your hardest answer. They had an electric lead. You came in with a ground Pokemon. Of course, a team with an electric Pokemon is going to have an answer to ground, and they did. They had 2 answers. They had a Quagsire Water, and they had a Jumpluff Flyer Grass. So this is part of your team comp issue here. That they just like, you don't only have a good safe swap. Diggersby is like an okay safe swap, but when you're coming in Diggersby as a safe swap into an electric, that hard counters that electric, they're gonna have answers for you, and then once you just get punished on that, it's tough to come back from. So into Diggersby as a safe swap, outcomes are superior to Meta. You'll live 1 Frenzy. They'll assume they'll live 1 Fire Punch, but this is not a Fire Punch. This is a Hyper Beam, which they will still live because they are pretty tanky. So they do let it go. They do get to move. You're not going to flip switch here, so come and get a couple Astonishes off. Or coming to get a couple Karate Chops off, and 5 of them at that. So that is a lot of energy on Pangoro already. And it's a Talonflame. So throwing on 8 there, 4 times 2, which is okay. And again, okay, that one you need to go 2. You need to go 2 Karate Chops and then the throw. But the attack boost, having to give it up knowing that you just get farmed down. Now I'm out with a Dunsparce. I'm guessing that was on the lead. That's why you switched. So what do we do here? Honestly, you hope they like take you out here, but you lowered their attack so they will not take you out. But yeah, you hope they take you out because now you just farm and come out with 2 moves. You shield, you've come out with 2 moves. This is basically your win con. They should not have. Your opponent needs to read that your win con is basically coming out. I think you need to farm up more. I honestly think you need to go to the farm down unless they have a move. They do have a move, so you 1 Incinerate probably takes you out. And if it doesn't take you out, then you win now. Because you'll get to another move before. Oh, they do have another move. Again with the attack rise. You will go down there. Yeah, that was kind of tough. You attack rise 3 times in like 4 times there. And it's like 12% chance of happening. So lucky you. I'm surprised I wasn't your opponent every single time because that usually is what happens to me when I go against an opponent with Night Slash. They just freaking boost all the time. Okay, so that is it. Yeah, thanks for the submission. There's some things I do like your jumping around, and I think you're actually quite good at like banking energy and sniping with it, and just kind of recognizing that like banked energy is potentially very good. But yeah, that just like I think as a team comp fail, just if you see an electric on the lead, you cannot come Diggersby. They're going to have an answer to ground in the back there. But yeah, thanks for the submission. Anyways, that is it. I hope you have a good weekend. Thanks for watching. My voice is going. I can hear it. So I'll just say see you guys in the next one.